In a relationship with a pure college girl for 4 years, deep down, I never truly fell in love. After the child was born, I resolutely chose to leave. The woman looked up with red eyes and questioned me. Qiao Chen, you are so heartless. Since you don't like me, why were you with me for 4 years? Because you are simple and kind? No woman out there can compare to you. Are you satisfied with this answer? 6 years later, the tables turned. She became the all-powerful Ms. by getting me fired with just a wave of her hand, and I was diagnosed with lung cancer, with less than a year to live. But what I didn't expect was I could actually save her once more before I die. The moment I saw the dagger stabbing towards her, I rushed over without thinking and blocked it for her. Suddenly, blood gushed from my chest. I slowly collapsed into Bai Shu's arms. Bai Shu was stunned. A moment later, she shouted to the people beside her, "Quick, call 120. Finally, with the help of enthusiastic citizens, I was lying in the ambulance. The tearing pain in my chest was unbearable. My whole body felt cold. My vision went dark. It seemed I was dying. I thought to myself, so I said to Bai Shu, "Come a little closer. Let me say a few words to you." Bai Shu came to my side. Seeing my current state, an inexplicable fear surged in her heart, as if guessing what I was going to say. "Qiao Chen, listen to me carefully. Right now, I don't want to hear you say those nonsensical things. If you have unfinished business, stay alive and do it yourself. Don't expect me to finish it for you." Hearing this, I didn't speak, just looked at her, struggled to pull out the ring, slowly said, Shu, I don't know if you still remember. Actually, I really didn't mean to throw it away back then. I was just afraid your fiancé would misunderstand and delay your relationship." With every word I said, blood gushed out more freely. But even if it hurt agonizingly, I still had to say it. If I didn't say it now, I was afraid it would be too late. I gasped in pain, paused for a moment before continuing. "There's one more thing I haven't told you, actually." The woman pressed clean gauze against my bleeding chest and said, "Qiao Chen, shut up. I don't want to hear anything you say right now. Your most important task now is to save your energy, stay conscious, and not sleep. Do you hear me?" Bai Shu held my hand tightly, saying word by word, "I still haven't forgiven you. You must repay what you owe me in person." I smiled at her weakly, ignoring my own pain, continued to say, "Blocking this knife for you can be considered making up for my mistakes. Shu, promise me, if I really leave, please don't hate me. I also have my difficulties. I really hope you..." But before I finished speaking, my hand clutching the diamond ring suddenly dropped. With a clatter, the ring rolled on the ground. Bai Shu stiffened all over. Watching helplessly as I passed out, she wanted to call me, but found herself speechless. Bai Shu didn't dare to move me casually, and could only gently call me by my side. Econ, wake up. Didn't you want to see the orange sea? I will go with you, wake up. She called me for a long time, seeing I was still unresponsive. Tears fell drop by drop. Her vision instantly blurred. She raised her hand to wipe away tears, bowed her head, intending to pick up the ring and put it in my hand. But I couldn't hold the ring at all. The ring fell to the ground again. Hu Shu broke down instantly, simply crouched directly on the ground, buried her head in her arms, praying softly, "Please don't leave me. I really love you. Please wake up quickly." At this time, the ambulance finally arrived at the city hospital. Yuziran and I were both wheeled into the operating room. Bai Shu stood outside the operating room, silently with red eyes, until a nurse came with the surgery form and asked, "Who is the patient's family?" "I am," Bai Shu replied with a slightly hoarse voice. After gripping the pen and quickly signing the surgery form, she carefully asked the nurse, "Him, how is he now?" The nurse replied, "The situation is still not very clear. Our attending doctor is trying hard to save him. Please wait patiently." Hearing this, she nodded. During the surgery, Bai Shu kept her head down, not knowing what she was thinking. Her subordinate Su Zheng couldn't read her emotions either, so he went to the nearby vending machine, bought a bottle of mineral water, and handed it to her, comforting her. "Miss, drink some water. Mr. Qiao is a good man. Heaven will help him. He will definitely be saved." Bai Shu took the water, just pinched the bottle, muttering softly to herself, "I always wanted to get back at him before." Wanted him to taste the feeling of regret too, but he actually stood in front of me and took that knife from me tonight. I really don't know what to do now. Bai Shu has always been firm and clear. Decisive and swift is her synonym. But unfortunately, when it comes to me, she hates me to the bone, yet is sick with softness for me. Su Zhang had never seen such a conflicted Bai Shu. The knife Chen took for her tonight is enough to make the indestructible fortress in Bai Shu's heart collapse. And at this time, me on the hospital bed had a very long dream. In the dream, I seemed to be in a swamp. The harder I struggled, the deeper I sank. Then I found myself in a vast expanse of white light, only hearing an Anne calling from behind. Dad, don't go. Anne ran towards me. I wanted to reach out and hug him, but an Anne seemed not to see me and passed right through my body. I stared blankly down at my own body. Am I about to die? But I still have so many things left undone. I vaguely remember the day an Anne celebrated my birthday. I made 3 wishes to the birthday cake. First, I hope Bai Shu can forgive me. Second, take an Anne and my mother away from the capital, to a place where no one knows us, and be together forever. Third is to earn enough money to give my family a better life. But until now, Bai Shu still hasn't forgiven me. Anne and my mother are alone and helpless. I don't know what they will do in the future. I suddenly felt a bit sad. Suddenly the scene shifted again. I saw Bai Shu pointing at an Anne on the ground again, yelling at me fiercely. Did you think I would accept him? No, you're wrong, he. He is a mistake. I cannot die. I cannot die. This was my last thought before waking up. For a full 4 hours, the long surgery finally ended. The operating room doors suddenly opened. The head surgeon said to Bai Shu, "The patient is now out of critical danger, but still needs to be observed." Fortunately, this young man is quite lucky. It didn't damage the heart otherwise. After Bai Shu heard this news, every nerve in her body completely relaxed. When she stood up, her graceful figure swayed slightly, although Econ is out of critical danger. But because the injuries are quite severe, I have to stay here and watch over him. Su Zhang brought late-night snacks. Miss, you didn't eat much for dinner. Eat a little bit. Bai Shu was in no mood to eat. Just asked lightly. How is you, Zarin? Su Zhang replied. I just went and asked the doctor. He is not as severely injured as Mr. Qiao. It shouldn't be a big problem. Bai Shu nodded gently after hearing this, then instructed, Go keep an eye on Yuzi. Tonight's killer was probably sent by enemies to silence us. Su Zhang carefully brought up his guess. Miss, do you think it could be sent by Qiao Fan? Bai Shu gently glanced at me, still asleep. Let's wait until Qiao, Chen, and Yuzi Heng wake up to discuss it. Don't make a fuss for now. Take care of things on the hospital side too. After Su Zhang nodded and left, Bai Shu finally leaned in and put the silver chain with the ring back around my neck. Fingertips brushed across the cold metal. She looked at me gently, hand touching my face, muttering to herself. Qiao Chen, you want to use this way to atone. Don't even think about it. You have to stay alive for this debt and pay it back to me little by little in person. Hearing the woman's words, I slowly opened my eyes, seeing Bai Shu's cold gaze. I suppressed the bitterness in my heart and weakly said, You said before that you wouldn't care about me anymore. That's true, right? Yes. Bai Shu pressed her lips together hard, suppressing the sob in her voice. From now on, whether you live or die has nothing to do with me. I pretended to be relaxed and let out a sigh. Then I can rest assured, I won't inform President by when I get married or anything. A qualified ex should be like a dead person, wouldn't you say? She pursed her pink lips and thought unwillingly in her heart. Good. Qiao Chen, you're something. I just set you free. And you're already thinking about marrying someone else and having kids. Who is it exactly? Z, Anya, or Zhang Wanning? No, why am I thinking so much? What does it have to do with me, who he is with? The woman was expressionless, but still spoke up. I don't want to see you, nor do I want to hear any news about you, but I have only one requirement. You better stay far away from Zhang Wanyi. Hearing this, I thought in confusion. What does Zhang Wanning have to do with her? I did have a good relationship with her before, but that was also because of Bai Shu. But now we're separated. There's no need for me to look for Zhang Wangxing anymore, and I will try my best to avoid her circles. Then I replied, President Bai, don't worry. Once I save enough money, I will leave and stay far away from all of you. Bai Shu didn't think much about it, just thought I was talking tough. Jinzhou is so big. If it's not a deliberate meet, it's very hard to run into each other. So it makes no difference whether he is in Jinzhou or not. I yawned and lit up my phone screen again. Said to Bai Shu, it's already 2 a.m. President Bai, I'm a bit sleepy. Can we talk about things after we wake up? Bai Shu wasn't stupid. She could hear that I was asking her to leave. She picked up her bag from the chair and walked right out of the ward. Goodbye, Bai Shu. I sat on the hospital bed watching her back and said a word. Bai Shu's pace didn't stop and disappeared into my blurred vision. She must be far away by now. I lowered my head and continued to eat my late-night snack. But I could no longer control the bitterness in my heart. Isn't this the freedom I've dreamed of? So what am I feeling wronged about? Didn't I choose this path myself? Then what is there to be sad about? Despite thinking this way, the sharp, piercing pain in my chest made me unable to tell whether it was the wound hurting or my heart. I have experienced this feeling twice. The first time was 6 years ago when I was forced to leave her. The scene at that time is still vivid in my mind. Her father sat in the study room, with a calm tone but leaving no room for negotiation, saying we were not suitable. I opened my mouth, wanting to refute, but couldn't say a single word. At that time, my dad had just had an accident. The company went bankrupt. Creditors came to the door every day. Rather than having her suffer with me and be gossiped about behind her back, it was better to let her hate me. At least she could live well. The second time is now. I smiled helplessly and bitterly. By Shu. You really know how to torture me? Making me experience breaking up twice, my fingertips couldn't stop trembling. I had to convince myself over and over again. I was the one who betrayed this relationship first. I have no right to chase after her. Give up. Don't think about her? Downstairs at the hospital, a black Maybach stopped on the road opposite. The window was rolled down halfway. A pale, slender hand rested on the window ledge. Streetlights cast through the tree shadows and landed a layer of mottled light on her hand. She pulled out the last stick of agar wood and lit it. Thin smoke curled upwards. The woman's delicate face was shrouded in smoke, making it hard to see clearly. A woody scent quickly enveloped the entire car, even though it was faint. It was unforgettable. She gently closed her eyes. This is already the last stick given by Chen. I will never use it again in the future. Anything that makes me addicted, I can quit. It's like this with agarwood sticks. Chen is also the same. She stayed opposite the hospital for another half hour. Before starting the car, Bai Shu habitually glanced at the main gate of the hospital and laughed at herself self-deprecatingly. I was the one who decided to set him free. But why am I still expecting him to chase after me now? My luck in relationships has always been bad, hasn't it? Why do I still harbor wishful thinking? Thinking this, she started the engine and drove into the night. Not seeing a figure in a hospital gown, running out of the hospital lobby, I saw the shadow of the departing car and wanted to immediately chase after it to ask clearly. But this thought was fleeting, because even if I really chased after it, I wouldn't be able to ask. The wound on my left chest had torn open due to the exertion. The pain made cold sweat break out on my forehead. Just as I was about to turn around and return to the ward, my vision went black, and I fainted at the hospital entrance. By the time I woke up again, it was morning. The doctor scolded. You really don't care about your life? Suffering such a severe injury, and still daring to pull out the IV tube? To run out alone, your wound tore open and almost got infected and pure. If you hadn't fainted at the entrance of our hospital, it's hard to say if you could have saved your life. It's exactly because it's at the hospital entrance that I dared to faint. I curled my lips and mocked myself. You still have the mood to joke. The doctor's face was very serious. Your full body checkup report came out this morning. The chest CT found a mass. The nature of it is still uncertain. We need to arrange a joint consultation between respiratory and thoracic surgery departments. After he finished, I leaned back on the hospital bed, staring blankly for quite a while. I tried hard to digest this bad news, but obviously it's hard to digest. After the doctor left, my phone rang. The caller ID showed Nancy. I recovered for a while before answering the phone, pretending to be relaxed and said, "Hello, Yang. What's wrong?" Nancy Yang was extremely anxious on the phone. "Econ, how are you? Does your wound still hurt? I am also speechless about you. Are you a fool? She treated you like that, and you still took a knife for her." I let out a laugh and comforted him very peacefully. Am I not perfectly fine right now? I'm fine, except for a little pain. Everything else is okay, he retorted on the other end of the phone. Oh, you still know how to feel pain? Looks like you're not completely stupid. How did you dare to rush up directly? I teased with a smile. I also don't know where the courage came from at that time. Thinking about it now, I really regret it. Given another chance, I definitely wouldn't rush up. My tone was very brisk, sounding like I was in a good mood. But Nan Yang knows me. You say that verbally? But who knows how honest your body is? Given you another chance, you'd probably still rush forward. Don't? I know you. What about Bai Shu? Is she taking care of you? I replied. Oh, she had something to do and went back to but she hired a caregiver for me. Nancy Yang shouted. What? You took a knife for her. To put it strongly, you are her lifesaver now. How could she abandon you and run off? I am really so mad at you. I don't want to talk about this topic, So I changed the subject and asked, "Isn't Anne being good? I haven't been home these past few days. Has he been making a fuss?" "He is very obedient. You don't need to worry at all. I've been staying in my own small apartment these few days. I pick him up as soon as school is over. The two of us are living so freely," I spoke up embarrassedly. "It really caused you trouble, making you unable to return to Lanting Villa?" "Econ, what silly things are you saying again? Besides, even if it wasn't because of an Anne, I also often go back to live in my own house. Me and Lu Weiwei. It's not like you don't know. We each play our own games. I don't even want to go back to Lanting Villa." We chatted for a while before hanging up. I was stunned. Why? I also want to know why. But it happened so suddenly at that time. My mind went blank, subconsciously rushed in front of her. In that instant, I didn't even think about any consequences. On the other side, Bai Shu drove alone on the road for a long time, but felt extremely unwilling in her heart. Just then, she saw a food stall by the roadside. The woman only thought for a second and stopped the car. I didn't care about him. I just thought that if anything happened to him, no one would take care of an Anne, right? That's it. The woman brought breakfast back to the hospital, but hesitated to go upstairs for a long time. 6 years ago, Econ kept saying he loved me. I happily promised him eternity. But as soon as he turned around, he could betray me ruthlessly. But at a critical moment, he could unhesitatingly step forward to take a knife. "Econ, I really am about to lose the ability to distinguish which one is the real you." Just as she was spacing out, her phone rang. The caller ID showed Lu Weiwei. She hung up once, but the phone call persistently came in again. She slightly frowned her beautiful eyebrows. As soon as she connected, she heard Lu Weiwei ask, "Goodness, not answering my call at this hour. Could it be that you have already reconciled with Qiao and are planning to spend your lives together again? What kind of nonsense are you talking about? If there's nothing else, I'm hanging up." After Bai Shu hung up the phone, she looked at the sky and sighed deeply. Carrying a few white plastic bags, she walked in after entering. The woman unnaturally placed the breakfast in front of me. I bought some random food. "Everything is inside. You take it and eat yourself." I saw the deep-fried dough, sticks, and soy milk in the bag. Asked in surprise, "You actually still remember I like eating deep-fried dough sticks and soy milk?" Bai Shu naturally wouldn't admit it. "I didn't choose it deliberately. It was just randomly given by the shopkeeper." "That's right. That's how it is." I looked at her saying one thing but meaning another, smiled a bit, and didn't refute. After taking a few sips of porridge, I looked up and asked her, "Bai Shu, have you eaten?" Bai Shu didn't answer me. Changed the topic. I asked the doctor. He said you can be discharged in a week. If you don't want to stay in Haiti, you can also transfer back to a hospital in Jin. The hospitalization fees, including all treatment expenses, I will let Su Qing transfer to you. Okay, I nodded. If you are in a hurry to return to work in Jin, you can go first. Don't mind me. I am very considerate, but Bai Shu just doesn't like me like this. The way he looks right now, what is the difference from a mannequin? I really hate him like this. But all of this has nothing to do with me anymore. She shook her head, looked at me and said, "From now on, whatever you do in the future, I won't care about you." I took a bite of the deep-fried dough stick and paired it with a cup of soy milk. After eating, I suddenly said a sentence. "This deep-fried dough stick is really quite delicious. Do you want to try one?" I was so calm as if I hadn't heard what she said. Bai Shu sighed and reiterated once again, "Qiao, you are free." I swallowed that mouthful of deep-fried dough stick, then looked up and asked, I actually didn't quite understand. "Are you saying you don't hate me anymore? Or you won't take revenge on me anymore?" But what I am sure of is, looking at Bai Shu's personality, she definitely wouldn't just because I took a knife for her. "Choose to forgive me." The woman's profile was enveloped between light and shadow, revealing a bit of loneliness. "I cannot stop hating you. As for revenge, you took a knife for me. The grievances from 6 years ago, we are even. Even me from a few months ago dreamt of owing each other nothing with Bai Shu. Now Bai Shu has really let me go. I obviously should be happy. But why is there a dull pain in my chest? So painful that I am about to suffocate." I held back that pain and asked with a smile, "Then can I still be in SE's sales department to continue working?" Bai Shu was obviously stunned. She seemed not to expect I would ask this question. But thinking about it, it's also within reason. After all, what Qiao cares about most is money. Even daring to accept Song Yuxuan's money, what else wouldn't he dare to do? "Whatever you want, but if you want to stay in SY, just don't appear in front of me again." "Okay, I will go look for another job as soon as possible. Once I find a new job, I will resign. But before I find a new job, I will try my best to avoid you. If we really bump into each other, I also hope you can tolerate it. Hearing this, the woman pursed her pink lips and said nothing. President Bo, are you done instructing? I understand everything you said. Anyway, I am awake now too. If you are in a hurry, you can leave right now. I know she doesn't want to look at me for another second right now. And I am always decent. I don't want her to see my emotions exposed. I already had Su Qing find a caregiver for you. We'll come to take care of you tomorrow morning. If you have any needs, I know. You should leave quickly. Don't worry, I won't call you. After all, I don't even have your phone number right now. I spoke very fast, finished saying in one breath, as if impatient to drive her away. She looked at me coldly, thinking in her heart, very well. Truly very well. Restoring freedom is just different. Too lazy to even pretend. At the thought of contact information, she even let out a cold sneer. I can only say she and I truly have astonishing tacit understanding. She doesn't have mine either. I don't have hers. Probably can't find anyone else in the whole world with such tacit understanding like us two. Then, the next day, the respiratory and thoracic surgery departments quickly conducted a joint consultation for me. In the end, I was diagnosed with lung cancer. The doctors from the joint consultation came to my ward for a facetto-face consultation and comforted me saying, "You are still young. It's not light stage right now either. As long as you actively undergo chemotherapy, there is still great hope. If I don't do chemotherapy and choose conservative treatment, how much longer can I live? It depends on the situation. Half a year to a year is all possible. Of course, it doesn't rule out some miracles. Living another 3 to 5 years is also possible. Half a year? Luckily, the time is not too tight. Enough for me to arrange my affairs after death? Thank you, doctor." The doctor continued to instruct. "Here are your chest CT and diagnosis report. Keep them safe. We still hope you can be treated." After the doctor left, I looked at those diagnosis reports and CT scans. With a pale face, I am not afraid of dying. Or rather, 6 years ago. I already had nothing to look forward to. If it weren't for the adorable Anne, I would have already. Not long after, she and Yo came to my bedside. "Qiao Chen, how are you doing?" I looked at her worried eyes. My heart warmed. Remembering the first time Xianyo and I met, it was because she and Yo was on duty in the emergency department. And then I went to the emergency room. Due to overexertion, if the rescue hadn't been timely, then I might have already passed away 3 years ago. Being able to scrape by for so long now, I consider myself lucky. I chatted with her for a few more sentences. Then she left. A week later, I was discharged from the hospital. On the way back to the imperial capital, Nancy Yang suddenly called. I picked up and unhesitatingly said, "I am almost there. You don't need to come pick me up later either. I'll take a taxi from the high-speed rail station to your place, just in time to treat you to a meal." But Nancy Yang was silent for a long time before speaking. "Econ. I am sorry to you." "What's wrong? Did you give an Anne junk food behind my back?" "It's fine to eat a little occasionally." Econ Lu Weiwei discovered an... She asked me whose child this is. I said, "An Anne is my child from outside." Then does Lawyer Lu know an Anne's identity now? I haven't told her. But I am afraid she has already guessed it. I want to talk to you for now. She is here again. He also didn't give me a reply and directly hung up the phone. I was afraid something would happen. Hurriedly urged the driver to go to Nancy Yang's apartment. Meanwhile, in Tianli Yayuan apartment on the other side, Lu Weiwei and Qiao and Nan stared at each other wide-eyed. Looking at each other for a full 3 minutes, it was still an Anne who spoke first. "Auntie, why are you staring at me like this all the time?" "Hee, although I am very pretty. But you can't keep staring at me." Lu Weiwei's mouth twitched slightly. She looked at Nancy Yang on the side and complained, "Whose child is this exactly? With such a sharp tongue? If you don't confess now, I will just send him away." And Anne was not afraid of Lu Weiwei at all, a pair of big eyes looking straight at her. Just as she was about to continue speaking, Nancy Yang suddenly pulled an Anne behind him. "Lu Weiwei, I already told you, an Anne is my child from outside. If you feel it's unfair, you can very well go find someone else outside too. I won't say another word. Or if you want a divorce." Before the words were finished, she walked towards Nancy. The look in her eyes at an Anne made Nancy Yang's heart creep out. It's over. It's over. Could she have already guessed it? Forget it. I will tell you the truth. Actually, this child is my and Su Yining's child. Hey, Su Yunning. Econ, oh, Econ. I am risking everything for you. You don't need to go ask my family. They will not admit it. Deceiving so much, Yang. Actually, your goal is to get a divorce, isn't it? Fine. Then I will grant you this wish. After speaking, Lu Weiwei slammed the door and left, leaving only Nancy Yang stunned in place, stunned for a long time. Godfather, should we explain to Auntie Lu? At first, I just wanted to help Ekin, to hide in Anne's identity, so I casually told a lie. I thought Lu Weiwei wouldn't care, but I didn't expect Lu Weiwei to make such a big deal out of it, and even want to divorce me. At this moment, I finally arrived, panting. What on earth is going on? Where is Lawyer Lu? Has she left? As soon as Anne saw me, he ran over and crashed into my arms. Daddy, Godfather, had a fight with Auntie Lu. Auntie Lu wants to divorce Godfather. Ah, no. What is this situation? Nanxiang wiped his face and said indifferently, Divorce, then, who is afraid of whom? She and I have no feelings for each other anyway. After I knew the whole story, I blamed myself immensely. I will go find Lawyer Lu to explain. And Anne is not your child. She misunderstood. That's why she wants to divorce you. No need. Just let the divorce happen. I never intended to live a good life with her anyway. It was originally just a commercial marriage. If she is the one proposing divorce, my parents will have no way to salvage it. Meanwhile, Lu Weiwei was sitting in a booth at Yundian, swirling the wine glass in her hand. There were already 2 or 3 empty bottles in front of her. When Baishu arrived, seeing this scene, couldn't help but frown. Just as Lu Weiwei was about to drink the next glass, the wine glass in her hand was snatched away and placed on the table. When you drink until your stomach perforates, I won't be the one taking you to the hospital. Lu Weiwei didn't reply, just curled her lips a bit, and picked up the wine glass again to take a sip. Baishu, you are really unkind. Back then, when you just came back from abroad, whinnying, and I threw a welcome party for you. You accidentally drank until your stomach bled that night? Who was it that took you to the hospital? Speaking of being ruthless, none of us can compare to you. Although I am not as ruthless as Baishu. But I am in a bad mood tonight. Nobody should think about stopping me from drinking. Humph, whoever stops me. Who am I mad at? Even Baishu can't. Baishu heard what she said, poured herself a glass of her own accord, then spoke. Tell me, what happened? Things that can make Lu Weiwei drink like this are rare. It's obvious that you've encountered a big issue. Am getting a divorce? Baishu's.com face made the complaining Lu Weiwei extremely dissatisfied. No, Baishu. Are you still a good bestie? I said am getting a divorce. Aren't you going to comfort me a bit? Sorry, never been married. Don't know what divorce feels like? No, what kind of comforting way is this? But it sounds like you are even more miserable than me. I see you are not too sad either. I still have some work. How about I go back to the group first? Don't be like this. If you leave, who will I pour my bitter water to? Hey, did you bring it up or did he? I brought it up. He probably didn't expect I would bring up divorce. What was the exact reason that caused it? Shushu, why are you as official? As the staff handling divorces at the Civil Affairs Bureau? Do you really have feelings for Nancy Yang or not? Don't look at Boshu speaking little, but every question she asks hits the nail on the head. Lu Weiwei was stunned by the question for a moment. I seem to have never really thought about this question back then. Just felt Nancy Yang is also considered from a prominent family. The maternal family is handsome. Sweetie King too. And then we just got together? After all, we've been together for so long, there must definitely be some feelings, more or less. But as for how deep the feelings are, I don't know. I only know I am very sad and very angry. Shu, it's not like you don't know. My marriage with Nancy Yang belongs to a commercial marriage. Mainly the point I'm angry about is, he suddenly brought back a 6 or 7-year-old child and then told me it's his and his first loves. Who could tolerate this? So I was so angry that I proposed divorce without a second word. Is Nancy Yang's first love named Su Yunning? I remember she hasn't seemed to return to the country yet. If she comes back, I definitely have to see what she really looks like. To be able to make Nancy Yang care for so many years, I see you, are completely hopeless. It's better to divorce. No? Shu, are you still my bestie? Am already suffering from a broken heart. Is there anyone comforting people like this? Even if you are good. Can you beat someone's first love? Lu Weiwei held the wine glass, not very happy, but verbally didn't show mercy either. What you said makes sense. After all, Shoo, you've been through it. You know best how powerful a first love is. Humph, come on. If you have the guts, let's hurt each other. Who told you to poke my sore spot first? Lu Weiwei, if you don't speak, no one will think you are mute. At this time, Lu Weiwei's phone rang. She glanced at the screen, a little impatient. Who is calling me at this hour? Really annoying. Although complaining verbally, she still answered it. A familiar male voice came from the phone. Lawyer Lu, I am Qiao Chen. What is he calling Lu Weiwei for? Does he not know that Lu Weiwei doesn't like him? It's already like this and still wants to plead for her. Hey, indeed, deep brotherhood. Ah, Qiao, Chen, what do you need me for? Could he be a lobbyist sent by Nan Xiang? But I've always disliked Qiao Chen. Nan Xiang should also know. He shouldn't be that stupid. Lawyer Lu, are you free now? Lu Weiwei refused very decisively. No. Hearing no, I was silent for a few seconds on the other end, and said very seriously, Lawyer Lu, I know you have issues with me, but I'm looking for you because I have a very important matter to tell you. See, when you are free, let's meet and talk clearly face to face. A very important matter. Lu Weiwei glanced at the woman beside her, suddenly feeling playful. No Yundian. I am drinking here now. You can come find me. Qiao Chen is coming later. Aren't you curious what he wants to talk to me about? That's important. Since you have important matters to discuss with him, then I want to disturb you too. Stop pretending. I know you also want to know. You are not allowed to leave. I am drunk now. If you leave, what if he covets my beauty? Humph. Do you think Hei's blind? To even fancy you? Lu Weiwei snorted coldly and didn't speak. 15 minutes later, I appeared at you. Lu Weiwei waved at me. I looked towards the voice. When I saw Bai Shu, hesitated for a long time before biting the bullet and walking over, greeted by Shu. Sorry, I didn't know you were also here. After all, I promised her to try my best not to appear in front of her, but it's only been a few days, and I broke my vow. The woman acted very distant. It's not your first time breaking your word. I'm used to it. Humph, back then we agreed to be together forever. Didn't he also not take it seriously? It's fine. I'm already used to it. Her distant tone made me feel a bit hurt. Even my wound was aching faintly. But I still couldn't help but explain, if I knew you were here, I wouldn't have come. I'm going to the restroom. She walked past me without looking sideways, without a trace of nostalgia. Speak, what do you need me for? What matter must be discussed in a private room? Lawyer Lu, that child is not Nancy. You misunderstood. Oh, not his. Could it be yours? I was choked by these words, not knowing how to explain. Lu Weiwei's mind was full of annoying things about divorce. Plus she had drunk quite a lot. She didn't notice my abnormality. You go back and tell Nancy. If he wants to make peace, looking for someone else to sleep counts for what? But that child? I will not accept. That child is not his, and Su Yu. But the child he adopted from the orphanage? Nan Xiang has sponsored that child for several years. Lawyer Lu, you really misunderstood. If you say it's not, then it's not. Since it's not, why did he have to lie to me? At this time, a choking smell came from the next booth. I was choked into coughing violently. The wound on my left chest trembled from coughing. Hurting in spasms, I pressed the wound hard, frowned. At this time, the booth door was closed. Instantly, the smell was isolated outside. Bai Shu came in and complained. Drinking so much? Aren't you uncomfortable? Not uncomfortable. What's up? Feeling sorry already? Don't know if the object of feeling sorry is him or me? Summer in the imperial capital always changes very fast. A thunderstorm started in the middle of the night. I stood at the bar entrance planning to take a taxi back. People kept coming out from behind. While dodging, it seemed to have pulled the wound. I frowned and let out a muffled groan. Meanwhile, inside the car, the woman casually glanced over here through the rearview mirror and then pretended not to care and withdrew her gaze. But constantly worrying in her heart? When passing by just now, saw him leaning against the pillar, looking unwell. Did he pull the wound? Or feeling uncomfortable somewhere? In the blink of an eye, the rain poured heavier. She looked at the man struggling to walk in the wind and rain, turned the steering wheel, and went back. Sigh, Qiao Chen. I am really defeated. Truly owe you in this life. I was walking with my head down. Suddenly, a harsh horn pierced through the foggy, rainy night. I looked up and saw a black Maybach parked beside me. The car window rolled down, revealing the woman's delicate profile. Chen, get in the car. I gripped the umbrella handle tightly and politely declined, saying no need. I'll walk to the subway station ahead and take the subway. The person in front. Are you leaving or not? If not, don't block the way here. The woman remained unmoved. Those almond eyes just stared straight at me. I looked into her eyes and couldn't help but sigh. By Shu, she really knows me well enough. Has me completely figured out. Closed the umbrella. I was about to get into the back seat. The woman suddenly said coldly, Qiao Chen, I am not your driver. You sit in the front. I opened the passenger door and got in. The black Maybach drove in the hazy, rainy night. Then I heard the woman speak. Qiao Chen, give me your address. What? What? Taking you home. You don't want to go home? I didn't want to trouble her. So I continued to politely decline. It's fine. No need to trouble yourself. Just drop me off at the subway entrance ahead. Humph, Qiao Chen. I don't want to owe you a favor. You don't owe me. Anyway. Then the woman said, no more. Just let her gaze fall on my injured left chest. Meaningfully. Let's go. Your wound is bleeding. Let's take you to the hospital first. The woman turned the steering wheel, didn't ask me either, and drove directly towards the hospital. Arrived at the hospital. The doctor changed my dressing. Said to Bai Shu standing at the door, you are his girlfriend, right? Come over and help press the cotton ball. There are no band-aids here. You'll go to the debridement room to get one. Doctor, I can do it myself. Before I could finish speaking, Bai Shu had already come in and pressed it for me. The male doctor instructed, bleeding is a bit heavy. Press for a bit longer. The clothes on my body had been taken off, but facing Bai Shu's open gaze, I still felt a bit unnatural. I turned my head away, dropped my arm. The woman held the tweezers. Holding a cotton ball and pressing on my bleeding wound, I let out a muffled groan in pain. Only now you know it hurts. Before rushing up, didn't you consider what price you would have to pay? Because it's you. So I didn't consider what price I would have to pay. Bai Shu's action of holding the tweezers to stop the bleeding paused slightly. Just then, the doctor came back with a band-aid. Come stick this on. Your wound is a bit deep. True healing will take a long time. Absolutely cannot touch water. If your boyfriend needs to take a shower, help him cover it with a waterproof patch. But it's best to just wipe down. Just endure it for a while. Doctor, she's not my girl. Before I could say girlfriend, Bai Shu had already turned and left. I quickly got dressed and followed. We've been to the hospital too. I am really fine now. I can go home by myself. I said I'd take you back, so I will do it. I am not you. Saying one thing and doing another, I smiled bitterly. It's not that I don't want her to take me back. I was just afraid of troubling her and making her hate me even more. Got into the car, I gave the address. The car started. I suddenly asked Bai Shu, if I die, would you still hate me? If the person is dead, whether I hate you or not, what does it matter? I curled my lips. Indeed, what you said makes sense. I just hope to die without regrets, that's all. But even if I really die with regrets, so what? When a person dies, there's nothing left. But I still want to not leave regrets for myself. Anyway, there's not much time left. Bai Shu? I have something I've never told you. Consider it my secret. I can tell you. But on the condition that you must do one thing with me? I looked at her boldly for once. Qiao Chen. Are you negotiating with me? Since President Bai thinks so. Then it is. Unfortunately, I am not interested in your secret. Get out of the car. The car has arrived at the community gate. I clenched my fists. One last try. President Bo, I only have one wish. Go see the sea with me once. After seeing it, I will tell you that secret. And I will never bother you again in the future. President Bo, please consider it. After finishing, I just left directly. But after getting off the car, I couldn't control myself. Looking back as I walked, I don't know if I was afraid she would chase after me, or hoping she would chase after me. Finally, I walked into the hallway. My heart was pounding, leaning against the wall, not knowing if she would agree to my request. But when I hugged her just now, why did it feel like he had lost a lot of weight? Forget it. What's the use of thinking about this? He probably doesn't need my concern either. Meanwhile, the black Maybach on the other side sped through the rainy night. Bai Shu arrived at Guanlin Mansion. As soon as the door opened, a kitten ran to her feet. She picked up the kitten, Shi Yi, and walked towards a sofa. Shui Yi, you bite the tie too. Really and disobedient little thing. Shui looked at her innocently. She placed Shi Yi on the sofa. Just as she was about to throw this men's tie into the trash can, Wait, this tie seems to belong to Chen? My house has only been visited by him as the only opposite sex. I still remember that morning Chen adjusted it for a long time but couldn't get it right. I even laughed at him. The woman was silent for a moment. Not knowing what psychology drove her, she threw the tie back onto the sofa. But unexplainably, in her mind, appeared the image of Chen hugging her in the car. Asking me to go see the sea with him? Dream on. I want go see the sea with someone who doesn't keep their promises. At this time, the phone rang, interrupting her thoughts. Bai Shu answered in confusion. Hello? Hello, this is Heishi City Hospital. May I ask if you are Qiao Chenglawa's family member? I am not his family member. You have the wrong number. But back when Chen came to our hospital for treatment, the number left was yours. He was discharged. Do you know about it? Bai Shu was silent for a long time. Her voice also lowered a bit. I am not his family member. No need to call me again. I don't want to know his affairs. No, this person is too heartless, even as an ordinary friend. She should care about a cancer patient. If this Qiao doesn't get treated, he really doesn't have many days left. Forget it. His family members are all indifferent. Why should we worry? This kind of thing happens every day. We can't manage it all. Can only notify them. Whether they listen or not is their business. Meanwhile, on the other side, I returned home. Anne ran out from the bedroom. Daddy, the car that just brought you back was so pretty. Who was it? Anne. You saw it. Ma'am. I played games for a while, then stood in front of the window waiting for Daddy, and saw Daddy getting out of that car. Was it the pretty auntie? I washed my hands and hugged her in my arms, joking with a smile. Since when is our Anne so gossipy too? No gossip. I just care about Daddy's love life. Humph. And Anne is really smart. It was that pretty auntie you like who brought me back. Really, Daddy? Are you going to date the pretty auntie? With my body's current condition, love and such are not within my consideration. The only thing I consider now is an Anne. I only hope that after I'm gone, Anne can have someone by her side who truly loves her. And Bai Shu is the most suitable candidate. Then Anne. Do you want to live with that pretty auntie? Of course I hope so. The faster she answered, the more bitter my heart felt. Okay, since an Anne likes Bai Shu so much, then I will arrange it properly for her. Then what if I say, let that pretty auntie be your mom? Are you willing? Anne was stunned for a moment. Her little mouth opened wider. She reached out her little hand and touched my forehead. Daddy, are you feeling unwell? Talking nonsense. Anne couldn't believe it, and asked again. I smiled and said, it's true. I've agreed with her. She also agreed. In a few days, she will come to pick you up and take you home. Anne has a mom now, but I am about to lose an Anne. That night, Anne was so excited she couldn't sleep at all, just jumped out of bed, and pulled the suitcase out from the storage room. I warmed a cup of milk and brought it in, and saw Anne rummaging through the wardrobe, confused, saying, Anne, what are you doing? Daddy, when is Mom coming to pick us up? I'll pack my clothes first. When Mom comes, we can leave right away. You drink the milk first. I will pack the clothes. Daddy, take my Patrick Star with us too. Okay. This big Patrick Star plush toy was during Anne's birthday. The gift I bought for her. I put Patrick Star into the suitcase. Anne sat on the edge of the bed drinking milk. She asked a lot of questions about Mom. I replied one by one, not knowing whether to laugh or cry. Around past 12 o'clock, she finally got sleepy, lay in my arms and fell asleep groggily. Daddy, when we go to Mom's house, you won't have to work so hard anymore. So when Anne wanting to go to Mom's place so much was because she thought I was working too hard. I looked at the small suitcase. My nose tingled, tried my best to comfort myself, and Anne is going to live a better life. I should be happy for her. I believe Bai Shu will take good care of an Anne. She will love Anne and even more than I do. This night I was completely sleepless. My mind kept tossing and turning, full of an Anne's cute little face and every bit of life with her. Until the sky was slightly bright, did I barely close my eyes? The next day returned to Sai. The whole morning passed in a daze. After lunch, when I was preparing to return to the department, I still ran into Bai Shu and Lu Weiwei. Oh, isn't this Chen? You really have some nerve. Actually still daring to appear in front of us. I didn't do anything to have a guilty conscience about. Why can't I appear in front of you? Humph. It's only been a short while since we met, and your tongue has become so sharp. My tongue has always been sharp. It's just that President Liu didn't notice it. Lu Weiwei stared at me, for no reason, remembered that child. Why does it feel like the way Chen snaps at people is so similar to that child? And if I remember correctly, that child happens to be 6 or 7 years old this year. Wait. Could he be? What's wrong? Got shut down by Chen's snapping. Let's go. Lu Weiwei then snapped back to her senses. She glanced at the woman's retreating back and suddenly grabbed by Chu's wrist. Do you think we don't have enough scandals? Quickly let go of me. What is all this about? Shu, I have a serious matter. Before she could finish, Bai Shu had already shaken off Lu Weiwei's hand and walked towards Building 1. Shu. When Lu Weiwei returned to her office, her brain was still spinning rapidly. Then she recalled all the details of that day. That child could absolutely not be Nancy Yang. He is lying to me. His and that child's eye shapes don't even match. As for whose child it actually is, I'll know if I go and ask. Thinking of this, Lu Weiwei picked up her car keys, suddenly stood up and walked towards the elevator. Meanwhile, inside the design company on the other side, oh my god, a Cullinan arrived downstairs. So handsome. I just saw the person in the car. Wow. Those slender, beautiful legs, even sporting a flamboyant and stunning face. Is it some female celebrity out on the street? A group of people leaned against the window. Nancy Yang was just about to go join the fun, but then his phone rang. Nancy Yang didn't answer the phone immediately, but stared at the caller ID. That's not right. Given her personality, we just had a big fight. It's impossible for her to call me proactively. What on earth does she want to do? Never mind, I'll know once I pick up. Cough cough. Hello. What do you need me for? I am downstairs at your company. Come down. I have something to ask you. Ah, Lu Weiwei. Are you going to get a divorce with me? No. Come down and you'll know what I need you for. Ah, thank goodness. Thank goodness. It's not divorce. 3 minutes later, Nancy Yang went downstairs. Lu Weiwei was standing beside that conspicuous Cullinan car. Nancy Yang raised an eyebrow, immediately pulled her to a corner and teased, saying, Don't, tell me. You came to look for me. Just to be a car model at my company's entrance? Nancy Yang, whose child is that kid exactly? Didn't I say? It's mine and Sue Hayes. Still lying, Chen told me everything. That child is not yours. Econ told her. Also, with his current state, it's normal for him to do anything. Since she knows, then I have nothing to hide either. Econ looked for you. Then you must absolutely not spill this matter out. Consider it me begging you. So that child really is Chen's child. Ah. Lu Weiwei, you actually tricked me. So that child is 6 years old this year. No, are you crazy? You already know everything, so why ask me? Lu Weiwei, I have never begged you for anything. Can you keep this matter a secret for now? Why should I help you guys keep a secret? Chen is not my friend anyway. Nancy O gritted his teeth, seemed to have thought of something, hesitated for a while. Only then did he lean close to Lu Weiwei and whispered a few sentences. Then the woman's red lips curled slightly. I agree to this condition of yours. I promise to help you keep it a secret. Then, see you later. Nancy Yang walked dejectedly towards the company. Chen? Oh, Chen. I have sacrificed too much for you. While on the other side, during Psy Group's high-level meeting, Lu Weiwei was constantly out of sorts. Cough cough, President Liu. The tourism development project in Chinqi County, Pingjiang Prefecture. What are your thoughts? Lu Weiwei only then snapped back to her senses and explained her plan. After all, the high-level executives had left. Bai Shu looked at Lu Weiwei. Weiwei, what's wrong with you today? I am fine. Still saying you're fine. Just now I repeated the question at least twice. How? Is it because you're so bothered by the divorce with Nancy? I think you guys might as well not divorce. As for that child, at worst, just pretend you don't see it. Ugh, really annoying. I'm hiding such a big secret in my heart, but I can't speak it out. It's really quite uncomfortable. By the way, Bai Shu, do you like children? Mentioning children, she suddenly thought of an Anne. Initially wanted to say she doesn't like them, but Anne, sigh. Average. Average? Does that mean like or dislike? Do you like a daughter or a son? Hey. Lu Weiwei followed her out of the meeting room. What? Are you going to have a child for me to raise? Seriously, have you ever thought, if you had a child? There is no if. I don't have children. Just if. Life always has a just in case. There is no such just in case. What are you thinking about in your head? And then Bai Shu didn't care about her and just left directly. Lu Weiwei looked at Bai Shu's retreating back. Sigh, Shu, giving you a chance to know the secret, and you didn't grasp it. Wait, if Shu really knew, then couldn't Chen use this child to make Shu forgive him and thus change her mind? No, I won't allow this kind of thing to happen. After work, I had just come out of the park and was just about to walk to the subway station nearby. A Rolls-Royce Cullinan stopped beside me. I looked up Lu Weiwei. What is she looking for me for? President Lu, are you looking for me for something? Get in the car. I have something to ask you. I have nothing to say to President Lu. I have to catch the subway now. We stood in a stalemate for a long time. In the end, I still got into the car and said not very amiably, if President Lu is here to make things difficult for me, there really is no need to waste effort. I will resign very soon. I don't care whether you resign or not. Your staying or leaving in SY is not up to me. President Bai said it. She won't care about me anymore in the future and won't interfere in what I do anymore. The implication is, I can do whatever I want now, as long as it doesn't involve Bai Shu herself. Maybe because you took a knife for Shu and Heishi, she had a moment of soft-heartedness, and so let you off. But Qiao Chen, your guts are really uncommonly big. Actually daring to hide such a huge secret after betraying her? Guess what? If Shu found out, what would she do to you? You know, everything? I had already mentally prepared myself for a long time. So being discovered by Lu Weiwei was still somewhat calm. That child is Bai Shu's. If it's not Bai Shu's, could it possibly be yours, President Lu? Is President Lu done asking, if done I'm getting off the car? If other colleagues happen to see me getting off your car, President Lu, then it would be hard to explain clearly. Qiao Chen, I advise you, don't count on relying on a child to make Shu get back together with you. You better not have this kind of thought. Even if I have this kind of thought, so what? Whether I can turn the tables relying on a child, this is my business. It shouldn't be a problem for President Lu to consider. If President Lu has free time, might as well be better to Nancy. Qiao Chen also has the right to teach me how to do things. What a joke. He hasn't even handled his own affairs well yet. Just at this time, her phone rang. It was Nancy Yang calling. Lu Weiwei, you didn't break your promise, right? I hope you have some spirit of contract. Don't sell me an e-can out? Nancy Yang thought it over and over, and still wasn't at ease. Afraid that Lu Weiwei would switch sides at the last minute, so specifically made this call to instruct her. That good brother of yours is now thinking of using this child to make Bai Shu change her mind. If I tell Bai Shu about this matter, it would be equal to adding fuel to his fire. How is that possible? Econ is not that kind of person. Qiao Chen is crazier than you think. It wouldn't be strange for him to do anything, but no matter what Lu Weiwei said, Nancy Yang always stood on my side. Nancy, does Qiao Chen have something on you? Supporting him so much, Nancy Yang's mouth twitched slightly and directly hung up the phone. At night, I returned home and called out to an Anne. Anne, Daddy's back. Brought you cake. Do you want to eat? Hihi, I'll eat. Daddy, I'm coming. I washed my hands, unpacked the little cake, and handed Anne a small fork. Wow, Daddy? Is today a special day? To actually have a little cake? It's not a special day. Daddy just felt that before. In order to make money, always didn't have time to accompany so I bought a little cake to compensate my baby. Anne happily opened her little mouth, dug a spoonful and put it in her mouth. And Anne, is it delicious? M-A-M, delicious. Daddy, you eat too. Over the years, I owe Anne too much, always leaving her alone at home. I really feel a bit sorry for her. Anne, if Daddy isn't by your side in the future, you must remember that Daddy loves you. I know, but I don't want Daddy to leave me. Daddy, you have to stay by my side always. I really want to stay by her side always and watch her grow up. But destiny always seems to play tricks on people. My time is already running out, but Anne's journey is still very long. At night, I gave Su Zhang a call. Receiving my call, Su Zhang was a bit surprised. Mr. Qiao, it's so late. Is there something you need me for? Special Assistant Su, please help me ask President Bai. The matter I brought up with her? How is her consideration going? Mr. Qiao. What matter is it exactly? I asked her to accompany me to see the sea. Then I will tell her a secret. She will be interested in this secret. Okay, I will go ask. I got the answer and called you. I thanked him. And on the other end, Su Zhang thought about it over and over again. It's so late. I originally didn't dare to disturb. But this concerns Mr. Qiao. I didn't dare to delay either. Hello, what's the matter? President by Mr. Qiao just called me. He asked me to ask you about accompanying him to see the sea. How is your consideration? Tell him I won't go with him. But Mr. Qiao said, that's secret. You would be interested in. Then let him give up on this idea. I will not agree to him. The knife Chen took for me also happened to be very close to his heart. So him doing these things is just to get me to go see the sea with him? Thinking this, suddenly felt an itch on her ankle. She looked down. It turned out Qiao came with something in its mouth again. Bai Shu crouched down, thinking helplessly, sigh. Shui is really not well behaved. Why must it play with everything in its mouth? Wait, what's in her mouth? You brought this over. Is it to remind me to throw it away? Meow. This night, Bai Shu had insomnia. She thought for a long time, finally picked up the phone and called Su Zhang. Hello, President. Bye. What's the matter? Tell Chen I will go see the sea with him. He sets the time. Su Zhang on the other end held the phone, taking quite a while to process, quickly called Chen. Wife? Who is calling you in the middle of the night? Ah, it's my boss. No way. Is your boss still fighting with her boyfriend? It's been so long. These two really fighting and giving the cold shoulder and needing me to pass messages? Exactly. Your boss's mouth is really stubborn. Just ask for her boyfriend's phone number. Is it that hard? If it was just stubbornness, it would be fine. The main thing is she's not only stubborn, but also says the opposite of what she means. This is the most deadly part. At the same time, okay. I received Su Zhang's call and set the time to go to the beach. After the call, I breathed a sigh of relief, thinking to myself, when the time comes, I will go with an Anne. Whether Bai Shu decides to take an Anne or not, I hope an Anne can have a beautiful memory of a family of 3. You will be able to see Mom this Saturday. I believe you will definitely be happy. And Anne is finally going to have a mom. Someone will take good care of him in the future. He won't be bullied by anyone anymore, and I can rest assured. Anne, Daddy's going to work. Call me if anything happens. Okay, Daddy. Daddy said in a few days. The pretty auntie will come to pick us up and go home. But how many days will it take? I have packed all my things. But the pretty auntie still hasn't come. I'm getting anxious, waiting. Auntie, I miss you. Can I go find you to play? Ah, no. This is not Auntie. This is Mom. I need to change how I call her. Mom, I miss you. Can I go find you to play? Meanwhile, in the meeting room of building one of the group, Bai Shu and Lu Weiwei just finished talking with a partner. The partner had just left. Bai Shu received a voice message. Seeing the message, the woman's lips unconsciously curled up. Lu Weiwei leaned over. Whose message is it? Is it Qiao? Humph. Of course not his. I don't want to go to school. Who is this? This is just a little kid. Oh, a child. You care too much about this little kid. Bai Shu tapped on the voice message in annoyance. Mom, I miss you. Can I go find you to play? Bai Shu and Lu Weiwei were both stunned. And Anne. Actually calling me Mom? Wow, could he already know? Who exactly leaked the news? Is this child your daughter? Of course not. Just a little kid I met by chance. His mother has already passed away. Probably wants me to be his mom. That's why he calls me that. What is this child's name? Oh, his name is an Anne. Wow. The kid I saw at Nan Xiang's place is also named an Anne. Could they really be the same person? Didn't he say he wanted to play with you? Are you not going to reply to his message? Lu Weiwei, do I look very free? Said as she returned to the office. Lu Weiwei stood in place, looking at her retreating back. That's your child after all. Are you really not going to reply a word? Here, little Anne, and after sending the message, kept waiting for Mom's reply, but waited for a long time, and Mom didn't answer him. Sai is mom, too busy with work, and didn't see the message. Oh, so mom works at SY Group? Since mom is not free, then just go find mom. When an Anne was walking downstairs, he met a neighbor. Anne, what are you doing here? Where are your parents? Auntie, I'm going to Psy Group to find my mom. Psy Group? That's not close from here. You're going alone? MAHM. Anne nodded seriously. The neighbor hesitated for a moment, looked at the time. All right, Auntie happens to be going that way. I'll give you a ride. But you have to promise Auntie, once you get there, don't run around. You have to wait for your mom to pick you up. Thank you, Auntie. Along the way, Anne's little mouth never stopped talking, making the neighbor Auntie laugh out loud. Soon arrived at the entrance of SY Group. After saying goodbye to the neighbor Auntie, he ran to the guardhouse. Uncle Guard, I want to go inside and find my mom. But it looks so big here, so many buildings. Do you know which building my mom is in? This is my mom, Uncle. Have you seen my mom? Ah, this. Isn't this our President Bai? But President Bai is unmarried and childless? Where did a child come from? No, I need to ask carefully. He was just about to ask in detail when he looked down, and Anne had already taken advantage of his inattention and slipped into the lobby along the pedestrian path. Kid, stop right there. While on the other side, Anne went straight into the foremost building one. His little head defaulted to, someone as awesome as mom must be in building 1. Ha ha ha. Where did this kid come from? Uncle, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Zhang Huayi glanced at Anne impatiently. Just as he was about to look away, he suddenly saw the magazine on the floor. Anne was one step faster, picked it up and hugged it in his arms. Zhang Huayi saw his action, raised an eyebrow and asked, Hey kid, is this your magazine? Ah. Whose child are you? Why did you come to the group? Uncle, I came to find my mom. Zhang Huayi looked at him. Always felt he looked familiar. Couldn't help but ask a few more questions. Kid, who is your mom? She is my mom. Uncle, do you know where she is? Hearing this, Zhang Huayi was a bit speechless. Then ordered the security guard, kick him out. He is obstructing our work here. Yes. I didn't pay attention just now. Lost focus for a moment and let him slip in. I'll take him out right away. My mom is really here. I didn't. You're lying. Zhang Huayi was about to turn around and go upstairs to find Zhang Wanning. Suddenly, the message Song Yuxuan sent him flashed through his mind. This is the child from those files. No wonder he looks so familiar. Wait, isn't he that child named Qiao Anne? Hold on, wait a moment. Hey. Uncle, do you believe me now? I know this child. He'll take him to find his mom. You can go. Uncle, where's my mom? Your mom is my friend. She is not here. You came to the wrong place. Ah, then where is she? Uncle, can you take me to find her? Sure, let's go. He'll take you there. So this is Bai Shu's daughter. Quite bold. Daring to come alone to find her mom. But since you delivered yourself to the door? TSK. While on the other side, I worked all morning. Thought of an Anne at home. Quickly made a video call. Found out no one answered. I frowned. Went to check the home surveillance and didn't see an Anne anywhere. Could he have run out alone? But an Anne is so small. Where could he run to? Thinking of this, my heart immediately jumped to my throat. So I immediately called Nan Xiang again. Gui Xiang, did an Anne look for you? No. What's wrong? When he heard me say I couldn't find an Anne, quickly comforted me. Don't worry first. I will drive over to pick you up right away. And go find him with you. Nan Xiang arrived very quickly. We both returned to downstairs of my apartment complex. Finally, in the security room of the complex, saw an Anne's shadow in the surveillance. I said anxiously, Xiang, where do you think an Anne could have gone? Ikan. Do you think he might have gone to find Bai Shu? What? Then I'll call Special Assistant Sue right now. Econ.com down for a moment. We are still only guessing now. What if he didn't go find her? Wouldn't we be giving ourselves away? And if Bai Shu knew you lost an Anne, what if she uses this against you to cause trouble? How about this? Let's go back to Sai first. I'll ask Lu Weiwei to help us pull the surveillance. Then we walked towards the 3A group. After a while, we returned to the surveillance room of 3A group. Nanxiang and I frantically checked the surveillance. Lu Weiwei next to us learned the ins and outs of the matter, so I sweated a bit. If this matter is known by Baishu, then Qiao Chen is probably done for. It's already like this, and you're still blaming Qiao Chen. Say a few words less. Hearing this, I smiled bitterly on the side. Sigh, if anything really happens to an ant, there's no need for Baishu to come cause trouble for me. I won't be able to forgive myself. You guys check here. Ilgo asked the guard if he has seen an An did indeed come here, but was taken away by a man. According to the guard's description, that man most likely also works in our group. Zhang Hua. It's Zhang Huayi, he took an An away. Wow, it's this man causing trouble again. Call Zhang Wanning then. Zhang Wadi is her good brother. If she doesn't handle it, who will? Uncle, why did you bring me to the hospital? Didn't you say you are sister by Shu's child? I brought you to do a paternity test. Is there any problem? You're lying, hurry up and take me back. An didn't want to go to the hospital at all, so broke free from his hand forcefully. Taking advantage of his pain, he turned and ran. Zhang Huayi reacted extremely fast, caught up quickly, reached out and firmly grabbed his arm, not letting him leave, and An struggled desperately. The other hand quietly reached into the pocket, and based on memory, pressed the most recent call button. The second the call connected, help, this bad uncle wants to forcefully take me away. Uncles and aunties, save me. No. Kid, what nonsense are you talking about? Zhang Hua looked around. Everyone in the hospital lobby was staring at him. Just as he was about to drag Annan away, Mom, I don't want to. At this moment, his phone rang. When Zhang Wei saw clearly it was his sister calling, had a bad premonition. Oh no, why is my sister calling at this time? Could she have known? To answer or not? Not to answer or not. Really annoying to death. Hello, sister. What do you need me for? Where did you take Qiao Chen's child? Give me the address directly. Oh, I am at the first hospital. Oh. Anne, how could you run out alone? Daddy was almost worried to death. Did you know? Thankfully found you. Did he hurt you? Daddy, I'm sorry. I will never run around again in the future. As long as you're fine. After I calmed down a bit, slowly stood up, my gaze fell on Zhang Wei. I was just about to settle the score with him. Zhang Wening held my arm. Zhao Chen Zhang Wei was impulsive. I will teach him a lesson. I just brought him to the hospital for a paternity test. To see if he is really sister by Shu's child? Why are you so hostile towards me? Oh, I get it, Qiao Chen. This child isn't sister by Shu's at all, right? Anger surged in my chest. I took a step forward, fiercely grabbed Zhang Wei's wrist, my eyes full of coldness. Since you've said it, then let's settle this account properly. First, you dared to take Annan away privately and almost scared the child. I took him to see his mom. Is there a problem? Don't you want him to know? I helped you out. You should be thanking me. Second, you spoke harsh words and insulted an... What's wrong with me scolding her? A child of unknown origin. What's wrong with me saying a few words? The force of my hand became a bit heavier again. Zhang Huayi felt the pain. His face finally changed, struggled to pull back his hand but didn't succeed. He gritted his teeth. In the end, didn't dare to talk back anymore. Then he subconsciously looked towards Zhang Wanyi and even complained, saying, Sister? He is being so aggressive. Why don't you speak up for me? Zhang Weining stepped forward, seeing this. What a deep bond between siblings. Zhang Wanning, how long are you going to protect him? Where were you when he took my daughter away? Now you jump out to be the peacemaker. What were you doing earlier? A trace of gloom flashed in Zhang Wanning's eyes. Stepping back silently, I bypassed Jiang Wenning, looking straight at Zhang Huayi. If you dare to touch Ann again, I will definitely not let you off easily. If you think I'm joking, then you can try me. Daddy has become so strange today. I have already returned safely. Why is he still angry? What are these adults arguing about? I can't understand it either. Forget it. Daddy is still the most important. I should go and coax Daddy. Daddy, I'm hungry. Let's go home. And Anne's warm little hands gradually, soothed my angry emotions. Okay, we're going home. Just as we were about to leave, turning around, we saw Baishu standing there. Mom, this scene of an Anne running towards Baishu, I had fantasized about in my mind many times, and told myself countless times, but when it truly happened before my eyes, it still made my chest hurt so much I could barely breathe. Mom, did you come to pick me up? These eyebrows and eyes, this look when she smiles, are exactly the same as Qiao Chen's. Could this be his child? Mom, why aren't you speaking? Are you too happy to see me? Yes, I am so happy to see an Anne that I can't speak. Anne, how old are you this year? I am 6 years old this year. Mom, didn't I tell you this before? Did your daddy name you an Anne? Because he misses your mom, right? Yes, Daddy said he misses you very much. So all these years, Econ has always put his thoughts of me onto another child. Mom, why are your eyes red? Is it because you are too excited to see me, that you cried? And Anne, you go play by yourself for a bit first. Okay. I'll go over and say a few words to your daddy. Can't I go over together? Mom, what are you going to say to Daddy that I can't even listen to? Saying some sweet nothings that kids can't listen to. Hey, all right. Then I'll go out first, hee. Seeing her daughter walk away, Baishu's gaze towards me suddenly changed. Trying every means to hide it from me for 6 years. You must have had it hard. Hiding it over and over, it still got discovered by you anyway. Since things have come to this, President Bai, just say it. What do you want me to do? Sister Baishu, don't listen to this man's nonsense. Who knows where he got a child from? Hid it from you for a whole 6 years, and suddenly brought her out for you to see today. What does it mean? Doesn't he just want to use the child to gain sympathy? Zhang Yi, have you said enough? Sister Baishu, he clearly has a guilty conscience. He just wants to use a child to make you so. You absolutely must not be deceived by him. I'm sorry, today is Zhang Wei's fault. I will go back and educate him properly. Sister, quickly let go. My ear hurts. Lu Weiwei tugged at Nan Xiang. Let's go. It's time for us to retreat to. Although Nan Xiang was somewhat reluctant, he was still led away by her linking his arm. You should be clear. You are not qualified to use a child to negotiate terms with me. Then what do you mean, President Bai? Do you want to directly take the child back? Or are you saying you don't care about an Anne either? If that's the case, then I will take an Anne home, just like before. Saying that I wanted to turn and take an Anne away? Qiao Chen, why could Zhang Wei easily take her away today? You can't even protect her. Well, what else can you give her? I was just about to explain, but found that what she said was the truth. She continued, the first time I saw an was in the hospital. At that time, she said Daddy went to make money. She was staying in the hospital all alone. If it wasn't me she bumped into at that time, but a human trafficker, Qiao Chen. Do you think you have the ability to bear the consequences? Every word Baishu said pierced my heart. I tightly held an Anne's small hand. I regretted it. I couldn't bear an Anne leaving me. Even if it was her taking her away, I couldn't accept it either. But I still raised my head, looked at her seriously and said, I am not her biological father. I adopted her. Baishu's gaze paused slightly. Then she heard me continue. That year I came out of the hospital and saw her in the hallway all alone, sitting on a bench with no one caring for her. I asked her a few questions, only to know her parents were both gone and relatives were unwilling to take her in. I thought at the time, if I don't take her away, where would she be sent? Would she encounter people even worse than me? I have raised her for 6 years. She has never been a bargaining chip I used to negotiate with you. She is my daughter. Baishu was silent for a few seconds. When she spoke, her voice was still very cold. So you hid it from me for 6 years, just to bring her to see me today. I hid it from you because I didn't know how to bring it up. I messed up even my own life. How could I tell you I'm also raising a child? Qiao Chen, you always have excuses. Baishu, please, I beg you. It's me who let you down. If you hate me and want to take revenge, just come at me. Don't use an Anne to retaliate against me. As an Anne's guardian, I am the last person to know of her existence. Qiao Chen, I am not taking revenge on you. You are taking revenge on me. She paused for a moment, turned her head and said softly, I will take an Anne back first. Your side is not very convenient. Before I could even react, she walked over to an Anne. Anne, Go home with Auntie tonight. Okay. Auntie's house has lots of delicious food and a little kitten named Shi. You can play with it. Mom, is Daddy going with us too? Baishu paused for a second. Did not correct this title. Your daddy will come to see you tomorrow. Saying that, she held an Anne's hand and walked out. I looked at an Anne's retreating figure, feeling a bit sour in my heart. Anne, this is the best home Daddy can give you. You must be well. Remember that Daddy loves you forever? Anne realized I didn't follow into the car and felt something was wrong. She suddenly said to Baishu, if Daddy isn't going, then I'm not going either? I want to get off the car. I'm not going back to Mom's house anymore. The black Maybach merged into the traffic. I want to get out. I want to get out. Mom, stop the car, open the door. I'm not going to Mom's house anymore. I want Daddy, open the door. What's wrong? Stop the car. Qiao Chen, you clearly told me long ago that an Anne was an orphan you adopted. I knew it all along. But how could you not discuss it with me and just force an Anne to leave with me? Leaving yourself behind. I pursed my lips. I thought putting an Anne by her side would be the best home for the child. But ignored that to an Anne. I am her only reliance in her heart. And forgot that Baishu never wanted to brutally tear us father and daughter apart. I lowered my eyes, voice dry. I was diagnosed with lung cancer. With conservative treatment, I have at most 1 year left. I was afraid Anne would have no one to rely on after I'm gone. You have the ability to keep her safe. That's why I thought of settling her down in advance. Daddy, I don't want to follow Auntie alone. I want to be with you. No matter what happens, I will stay by your side. I always thought I was planning a way out for an Anne. In the end, I only made the child fearful and terrified. From beginning to end, you have been acting on your own. Back when you took the initiative to confess an Anne was adopted, I didn't reject it in the slightest. I even like this child. But you never asked me if I was willing to watch you suffer through your remaining days alone. The chemotherapy process is too painful. I don't want you guys watching over me tortured by illness every day. I'll bear the pain with you. The top domestic thoracic surgery and respiratory experts. I will contact them all. I will bear all the expenses. And Anne and I will accompany you through the treatment. I won't let you hold on all by yourself. It turns out she never intended to leave me behind. Her previous verbal coldness was all just being stubborn. It was me who kept pushing her away. Footsteps came from behind. Nan Xiang and Lu Weiwei hurried over. Lu Weiwei spoke first, saying, Qiao Chen. Previously, Nan Xiang lied that an Anne was his child, causing me to make a fuss about divorce. The two of us have cleared things up. We'll properly maintain our marriage afterwards and won't blindly suspect anymore. Econ back then. I acted with good intentions but messed things up and caused you a lot of trouble. I am truly sorry. Them clearing up all misunderstandings is considered a win-win, no longer needing to have conflicts because of an. In just a moment, Jiang Weining pulling Jiang Wei also rushed over. Xiao Chen, taking an Anne to the hospital privately earlier, and scaring the child, was me acting too impulsively. I apologize to you, and Anne, I will never casually interfere with you again. I will discipline him well when I get back, and won't let him do anything out of line anymore. To cause you trouble, Anne broke free from Baishu's arms. Her little hands tightly wrapped around my neck. Daddy? Let's not be separated. Okay. I can also often go to Auntie's house to play normally. In the days to come, Baishu canceled most of her business engagements and accompanied me in the hospital for chemo and recovery every day. Anne rushed to the ward as soon as school was over. Daddy, look quickly at what I drew, and stuffed a drawing filled with our family of 3 into my hand. After one follow-up examination, the doctor held the CT report with a face full of joy. The recovery situation far exceeds expectations. The tumor continues to shrink. Stick to standardized treatment. A long-term stable life will be absolutely no problem. The heavy stone weighing on the bottom of my heart finally landed. I don't need to be separated from an Anne anymore, and can stay together properly with Baishu. We went to see the Orange Sea as promised. The sunset covered the entire sea surface. Baishu looked at me affectionately and said, Econ, before we had too many misunderstandings between us, you shouldered 6 years of hardships alone. Now there is a turning point for the illness. Every day from now on, I will never be separated from you again. From now on, the 3 of us will always be together. Go to the beach, visit amusement parks, never separating again. Before, I shouldered everything alone. always thinking of arranging everything by myself, ignoring your feelings. From now on, through 3 meals and 4 seasons, our family of 3 will accompany each other and never leave. The gentle sea breeze sweeps over the beach. The sunset needs the shadows of us 3 together. May every year be peaceful from now on, accompanied day by day. No more partying and regrets. The story profoundly resonates as an emotional exploration of the heavy cost of misguided nobility and the life-saving grace of vulnerability. It demonstrates how individuals, driven by deep affection and a protective instinct, often mistakenly shoulder insurmountable grief and terminal diagnoses entirely alone, believing that pushing loved ones away is an act of mercy. Chen's journey reveals the tragic irony of by attempting to spare Bai Shu and young An from his impending fate, he instead inflicts a deeper, lingering wound of abandonment and confusion. The narrative powerfully cautions the audience against emotional isolation, illustrating that true intimacy and devotion require the courage to share not only our joys but our darkest fears, failures, and vulnerabilities. Furthermore, the resolution of the story highlights the transformative power of radical forgiveness, open communication, and the conscious choice to fight shoulder to shoulder against life's most formidable tempests, rather than surrendering in solitary resignation. When pride gives way to honesty, and when silent endurance is replaced by mutual support, even the most seemingly insurmountable gulfs forged by years of miscommunications, bitter resentments, and tragic circumstances can be bridged. Ultimately, the poignant culmination by the Orange Sea serves as an enduring testament that hope is never truly lost, as long as a family chooses to walk together through the twilight, turning past heartbreaks into a resilient foundation of peace, second chances, and everlasting unity.